Jujutsu Kaisen. It gets better every single episode.
I was left hanging. I know that sounds bad. You ever watched or read a book or a TV show and you got to the very end and you're like, but I want more. There's so much more I need.
Yes.
I'm at that point. It's literally just started and I'm already there. Because
you got the hiccups, man.
Yeah, all that bang energy,
bro. I'm telling you, make a burp.
But we just watched episode 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, because the last podcast we only did episode 1, and we want to keep it up to date, so we don't want to be falling behind now. So basically, after we finished episode 3, dude, I legit we want more. I was after one episode, usually when I watch an episode of anime, I'm like, okay, I knew, I'm moving on, waiting till the next week.
Mm-hmm.
But after 2 episodes, I was legit, I felt like I was in the binge mode, you know what I mean?
I definitely was, because when it didn't, we watched them back to back, and to me it just felt like one episode, and I was like, what? We've already watched both? Which both of them were very good.
Yeah.
They're both very different, too.
And, dude, I remember episode 2. Okay, let's just break the episodes down. Why not? We're here. We got time.
Yeah.
This is a podcast. But yeah, episode 2. Okay, this is when they finally showed the ending song. And, dude, that is a jam. Let me tell you, dude.
I saw it first on Twitter.
Yeah, me too.
I did on Twitter. I was like, man, that's pretty sick. I never put 2 and 2 together. That was the outro, whatever song, whatever. And whenever I was watching it on the TV, I was like, holy crap, that really is it. Oh, yeah. But the meme right now that I've been seeing is here's the anime. It's just a whole bunch of monsters killing blood, and the ending is just happy go lucky.
Bro, the memes are legit the best part. That's why. That's what another thing about because anime now is becoming a it's not a meme per se, but back when I first started watching anime, it was kind of like that low grind, not really many people are into it, and now it's becoming so normal. Yeah, and obviously with anime like Kimetsu and now Jujutsu, all these anime, I mean, it's not stopping.
I will say that before I watched anime, when we were younger, it wasn't that big. But when I started watching it, I noticed there was this hidden community. I'm like, holy crap, there's all these cool people. But even before I started watching anime, back in the day when there wasn't memes, then I still remember seeing funny things about the anime. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. And I'd always ask, what is it? And they're like, oh, that's Naruto. And I'm like, what's that? But take it for granted, I never have watched Naruto. So
yeah, he doesn't know the pain.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Jujutsu, good anime. But I think I want to start on. We can probably be skipping around episode 2 and 3. So if you haven't watched it already, go watch it.
Spoilers.
Yes, spoilers everywhere. Maybe, but I want to talk about Nobata Kugisaki. If I'm probably butchering that, I hope not.
Kugisaki.
I think that's her name.
Kugisaki Nobara.
That's the heroine, the girl that was just introduced.
Okay.
I like it's when me and Logo were both watching it, we're just like, okay, we kind of. I don't want to say we're sipping for her, but I would let her beat me up.
Yeah, I'd let her beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah, so just saying, no simp here, but yeah, I will allow her to do that, and I will gladly. This is getting kind of weird. But
let's just say that I was in a relationship. Is this me cheating? She's imaginary.
Therefore, it's not cheating.
You heard it here, guys. Simping for anime girls,
they're
not
real.
Cheating.
2D?
Yeah.
More like give the D. Anyway, no, but yeah, I really like her character because I like how, I don't know, she kind of reminds me of Sakura from Naruto, but better. And I like how they have, when there was that one scene where, she was yelling at Yuji Itadori, the main character, and he goes back at her. And I just like how their interaction goes because it actually shows actual teenagers, how they talk and how they act, because most anime these days, dude, teenagers, they'll be saying these things and I'm like, bruh, you do not sound like a freaking teenager. You sound like a freaking 40-year-old that knows everything.
Yeah.
So when Ashley talks however he talked, it was like, okay, I like this, it fits. But what I liked that we saw the preview in episode 2, and he finally got to see this amazing scene. It wasn't long, but it was still amazing with Gojo.
Gojo has definitely taken my heart in this. He's honestly I thought he was gay.
Yeah, he got
Pretty close to the... What's the main character's
Yuji.
name? Yuji. Yeah, Gojo got kind of close to Yuji.
Yeah, first time I saw that, I was just like, hold up. Like, I don't remember this scene.
Like, when we watch an anime, usually when something big's about to happen, I can always see Jake looking over there, and he's like... He's staring me dead in the eyes, and he's like, "Oh, I'm ready for that." Like, he's like, honestly, it's like whenever you're showing somebody something really cool, you're waiting for their reaction. Well, whenever he did that, he was so close. I thought they were gonna make out. So I look over at him, and I'm like, hold on.
This is stuff you like.
I was like, "This is your favorite character?"
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. And what I love about him in the anime too is like, I mean, also in the manga as well, but like, I love how he's so humble, but yet he's like. He would tell you straight up, was like, yeah, I'm the strongest. You know, I'll win. Like, he was talking about, like, Yuji was like, oh, well, if Sukuna, you know, comes, like, together, like, all his fingers, or, like, you know, like, he becomes, like,
what if he takes
strongest.
over?
Yeah, and he's like, would you still win? And he's like, it'll be draining, but, yeah, I win. And I'm just like, dang.
Every time in the anime, you've, like, asked him, are you going to win, or... do you think you can do this? He's like, yep. Like, it's never like a hesitation. Yeah. Like, the only hesitation I've heard is like, oh, it'll be draining. But yeah, I can do it.
That's what's amazing, too, because what I like, what I'm thinking for Jujutsu is, because with Hunter x Hunter, when they had the Hisoka versus Chrollo fight, they basically made it, hopefully it doesn't spoil anybody, but the author wanted to make the story as... the person that said they were going to win, he always wanted a character to like, because you know, and freaking not even just anime, but in all shows, they're just like, the back character or some characters like, oh, I'm going to win 100%, and then they lose.
Yeah.
And so Togashi wanted to make a character where they actually say that and win, and I feel like that's what the author Gege Akutami, Japanese isn't my forte, obviously, but. I'm thinking him for Jujutsu. I think he might do that with Gojo, where he like, because Gojo's, you know, he has that confidence, and I feel like he'll do that. But the author Akutami did say that, and don't quote me on this, but from what I remember, he wants to kill Gojo.
Who wants to kill Gojo?
The author.
What? I mean, okay, I can kind of see that because like
he's too OP.
Yeah, it's always that
It's always the best ones, man.
Like I guess the example would be like Hunter x Hunter. You remember the old man
Netero.
I'm choking. Netero was like the best. He was the best, and you're like, no one can beat Netero. And then he's dead, and you're like,
yeah, because I mean, he was like, I think technically the strongest hunter.
Yeah.
So. Obviously.
And the underdog had to come up, which really in that part there was really no underdog, I guess. In retrospect, it's always the strongest guy who's brought all the way down and then killed, and then someone has to take his place.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like because look, dude, because we're watching Jujutsu, and just from the episode 3, when Yuji and Nobara was in the
No
building,
butter?
No butter.
What was his name? Nobara? Her?
Yeah.
So she has no butter.
Nobara.
It's like
Kugisaki.
It's like when you're in Chicago and it's like, man, I got no butter. Man.
Oh, I did not know that.
I got no butter.
You got no butter? Anyway, when they were in that building with the curse, you saw Gojo and Megumi, Fushiguro. I'm gonna forget those names, but Megumi and Gojo was sitting outside. Remember, while the other two went in.
Yeah.
But you can see like, oh, she's fighting a curse. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know this could be like life and death. But here's Gojo outside chilling. So when you think about that, it's like, okay, it can't be that bad. Yeah. Because Gojo's like, if it was, Gojo would go in there and fight. Yeah. So just thinking later on, it's like, okay, for them to have like Yuji or somebody to have like a big fight that might be life or death, Gojo shouldn't be around. Because if Gojo's around, Gojo can always take care of it. So basically, if he's chilling, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So once they kill him, that's when you don't know, like, wait, it might actually be like somebody might actually die.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy when you think about it. I did notice he was just sitting there, even whenever the main character kind of got possessed, and finally Gojo shows up, and he's like, he's like, let me talk about my rice balls that I have in this bag. Like,
it looked like mochi.
Yeah, it looked like mochi balls, and of course, like he had a shopping bag, went shopping for mochi balls. I guess that's what they actually are, and then he gets possessed, or the possession takes over the main character. Main character lashes out. Mm-hmm. Gojo doesn't even blink an eye. He keeps talking about his grocery shopping, and like he's like,
it's not a souvenir.
The main dude's over here throwing his strongest attacks, and Gojo's just like literally sitting on his back, like, oh, well, it's one of my favorite ones. This is the greatest one. And then I can't remember. Finally, I guess the possession kind of weakens. And the main character finally comes back and he's like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
Then Gojo walks up and literally just taps him on the head and knocks him clean out.
Yeah. And I'm just like, of course, the strongest character, he could do anything.
Yeah.
Just tap you on the head and you out, bro.
But that's that also is kind of like a foreshadowing of if he sends somebody somewhere and he's just sitting down, he knows that it's no trouble. He knows that it's not bad. But like the last episode we saw, that curse almost killed that girl. So it's really hard for them to kill these curses. Mm-hmm. So you have to think, what's going to be hard for Gojo, and what are these other people going to have to adapt to get to that level of where they can protect themselves and other people?
They're going to have to train. That's why they got this school.
Yeah, the school.
The thing with that curse, too, is she even said it was easy to kill. But it's because it had the kid as
it had
a hostage.
Intelligence.
Yeah, and even she said it was like maybe a low grade 3. So just think how the curses are going to be when they're like, S rank. You know,
that is really cool to think about, that even the lowest curses can find a way to fight back and be bothersome.
I want to talk about the curses, though, because we were both talking about it when we were watching the episodes.
Yeah.
Because they were saying, the first episode, what is he saying about the time?
Oh, the first one, when he was walking in the hallway and the main character's friend, who was in the spirit club, whatever, it was walking behind her in the hallway, kept asking repeatedly, what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Didn't put much emphasis. The second episode, the next demon was walking and was asking. Oh, it was the third episode.
Yeah, the third episode.
Third episode. That one demon, that curse, was saying, do you want a receipt? I mean, those don't make any sense. It doesn't seem like they're threatening. We thought that it's people who have turned into these curses.
Yeah. But then I remember in the episode they were saying curses are made from the human mind.
Right.
So apparently the curses are stronger when there's a bigger population. Because I think the curses from, I could be wrong, but this is what I think I remember, is curses are basically built up from all the negative energy. And the more people, the more negative, it's just like it becomes a stronger curse.
A manifestation of negative thoughts. That's basically very interesting. And even though he's saying, do you want a receipt?
Might just be a guy like a retail.
Yeah. Or you have to think maybe he hated his job.
That's
maybe he kept saying that.
Yeah, you want a receipt? You want to see? I hate my life. I want to die. That freaking negativity is forming into this curse.
That's kind of crazy how that is. Yeah. Just pure negativity can bring by something like that.
So retail, I don't recommend doing it, or you're just going to be creating curses.
Yeah, definitely.
Just put that out there.
But I do have to say, and I don't want to say this and ruin the anime. I think I said it to you already. The main character reminds me of Venom.
Dude, that's actually kind of it's kind of funny because I mean, the thing with Sukuna and Yuji is it kind of looks like it would be Venom.
Yeah.
But Venom kind of just
he's an embodiment.
Yeah, but he immediately formed with him.
Yeah. This one's a slow one.
Yeah, because tell me, why do you think it's kind of like Venom?
Well, the reason why I think it's like Venom is because the other symbiotes, besides Venom himself, they would attach to a host and kill the host, and they would end up dying in the process. But this one, the symbiote attaches to Brock, and just so happens he lives. They found a way to make it work.
Found a vessel.
They found the vessel, and then they're very opposites. Venom and Brock, they're complete opposites. But they come together to make a duo. Because Venom was evil.
Yeah.
But he was also weak in his time. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But he was evil. Brock was a good guy in the movie. But Here, you have a good guy who is possessed by a curse.
Which is very evil.
Very evil. A child molester, a rapist. I mean, basically he got possessed by Hisoka. But anyway, and then they're kind of connecting. Not yet. They're not really connecting yet. They're kind of against each other right now. But he's controlling it. There was another thing with Brock and Venom is eventually he was told that he's going to die from having the symbiote inside of him. Well, here you have the main character. I forget his name. I keep forgetting. Yuji. You have Yuji. He's going to eventually die. Either the possession is going to kill him,
or they're going to kill him.
Or they're going to kill him because he's already said, "Hey, I'm going to stay alive and eat all of these fingers."
Because he's the only one that can. Too.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I mean, he's the only one who can. Might as well go ahead and eat them. And they told him that whenever you eat them all, you will die. We'll kill you.
I mean, even and just in case, because even you saw that scene where he ate another finger, and Gojo was ready to kill him if he actually got possessed over, but he saw that Yuji actually took control.
You know what was crazy though? What kind of caught my eye is that Gojo's so strong, nothing really shocks him or nothing.
Yeah.
But in that moment when he ate the finger,
he was ready.
He was ready, and he was alert and watching. So that led me to think, okay, maybe Gojo sees something.
I mean, Sukuna, dude, they even said it in the anime. It's like he's the strongest curse. I think what they said, the head of curses or something.
He is.
Like that.
They even said that he was a fictional person, but Gojo
he was a human.
Yeah, Gojo was like, yeah, it's false, but he's human. He was a human.
Yeah,
had 4 arms.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. And 2 faces.
Yeah, and 2 faces.
He's 2-faced. I'm very curious to see how many fingers Yuji can take because, okay, I mean, obviously it's manga, it's anime, so, I mean, he probably can take all 20, but I'm kind of curious what would happen if he takes, 5, takes 10.
Right.
What would happen to him now? Because, I mean, we just finished episode 3. Who knows what would happen, if he eats another finger?
Right. There's no telling. At any moment, he could just flip the lid because he gets way stronger with each finger.
Yeah, but hey, get stronger, it can come down with a downside.
That even makes me think, too, it never showed him get stronger, but I just thought of it because whenever he was fighting the curse in the last episode we watched, he punched clean through a concrete wall.
Yeah.
That was because he couldn't do that originally. And then the girl even questioned him how you do that, and he's like,
oh yeah.
He's like, it wasn't a reinforced wall, but it's still concrete.
He's always been strong and fast, but that's a little different.
Even with the first finger, he couldn't have done that. But the second finger, he wasn't even using his possession. He just punched clean through it.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so it's basically slowly but surely showing you his strength.
And she even, the girl who was just introduced.
Yeah, Nobara.
Yeah, she even questioned him, well, how did you do that? And he's like, oh, it wasn't reinforced. And she's like, it doesn't matter. It's a cinder block wall.
Yeah, I love when he just punched the wall, too. And he's like, oh, I missed.
Yeah.
He just doesn't care.
But it's honestly becoming a very good anime. There's a lot of, I'm not going to say similarities between other animes, but it has its own tempo.
Yeah. And I love it, dude. I mean, it's got the Bleach similarities. It's got Naruto. It's got basically all the shonen tropes. And it still even has moments where it reminds me of Hunter x Hunter. And I found out, too, where the author is inspired by Togashi of Hunter x Hunter.
That's good.
So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of that in there, which I am excited for.
I also I'm glad you pointed out that part where he was talking about he's a big was it Jennifer Lawrence?
Oh yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, he's into girls like Jennifer Aniston. I mean Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, that's what it was. That's every Jennifer, but but I like how he said that. There's obviously humor in the anime. There's English humor.
There's we were talking about it too. We're curious how the dub will be.
Yeah,
because we were thinking I think the one for Gojo would probably be good for what's his name? The guy that voices Saitama from One Punch Man, Meadowam from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but I'll know it when I see it. But I think that might be a good one for Gojo.
Yeah, I think that'd be a very good one. Now, here's the thing. This is one of those animes where I'm hoping for the best. I really am. Mm-hmm. And I haven't done that with a lot of animes, where a lot of animes I just don't care. This one I hope for the best. I already have full faith that dub, they're going to have a perfect cast.
Dude, I can't wait. Because I know Crunchyroll's doing, they have Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if they have it licensed
or not. Because if they do, then that means they'll do a dub for it.
Right.
Which I think they usually start doing dubs. From what I've seen with their recent anime, like with God of High School, for example, they would have like once 6 or 7 episodes are out of that anime, they'll start bringing out a dub with
That's
that
good.
anime. So if we, I mean, hey, 3 weeks, if we get a dub, dude, I'll be watching the dub too, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch the dub.
Because I know, because he's bigger on dubs.
Yeah.
So obviously you'd be like, hey, and probably even if we do get one, we'll probably see some things we didn't notice.
Different emotions, different.
Yeah. And some things too, because like even in episode 3, they'll be talking, and then Kugisaki, the girl, she'll be over here talking too. So they have subtitles at the bottom and the top. And sometimes, I mean, if you read fast enough, you can get it.
Yeah.
But you can read them, but sometimes you can't like see their faces. So it's like once they're dubbed, you can hear them without having to read it.
That did get me when they were talking about her. They kept saying a lot of time. They kept saying it over and over again that she's crazy, and in their language, I can't see how she's crazy, and I can read it, but I'm like, I mean, it kind of is. But like in English, when I hear it and I see the emotion too, I can be like, oh, she is crazy. Like Hizuka, you couldn't really tell he was like weird and stuff from that dialect. I mean, I know he said some pretty weird stuff, but you couldn't tell his actual emotion.
It all depends. I think it's all like on the person,
Yeah.
on the perspective they take. But I think, I mean, honestly, watching a show in a language that you don't know, I mean, it doesn't really give you the nuances that you would get in the native language that you do know.
Right.
Therefore, but I think honestly, watching this show or any show in both its original language and then your language helps tremendously.
This is one of those animes where I've never done this ever. Where I've kept
I'm
up.
surprised. Now that I think about it, it's like
I'm not a sub person. I don't watch sub.
it's crazy. Like y'all think like, oh, it's just like it's normal and stuff, but no, this is a miracle. I don't know. You don't understand.
And it's honestly, what I'm very most proud of, I guess, is not that I am proud that we're staying on top of it, but I'm very proud that the community's staying on top of it also, that they're wanting more. And because without the community pushing that so hard, I wouldn't. I know it sounds bad, but if the community is on top of it and they're like, you gotta, then of course I'm gonna be like, all right, let me catch up.
You want to be on the hype train?
Yeah, I want to be on the hype train. I've never been that before.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice, but then after a while, you just get like, okay, because you lose the appeal of like watching a show that you could, and like for instance, the guy from Trash Taste podcast, Joey the Anime Man, he didn't start watching Demon Slayer until like this month, and it's been out for a year. So, because he's like, it's that hype train. Everybody say, go watch it, and he's just like, because I'm like that sometimes too. That everybody keeps telling you watching it. You're like, I'll just watch it my own time and enjoy it because I don't want that influence. Everybody's like saying, hey, they're hyping it up. So when you actually watch it, it just like you don't get as hyped.
That's how I am with I say that's how I am with all anime, but not. It's like One Piece, which I don't need to be holding my breath. I say this in almost every podcast. I don't want an anime to be a Game of Thrones, to where it's great and then it ends terribly. I guess that's why I'm not watching One Piece, because I wanted it to hurry up and end, so somebody could tell me, oh, it's a great ending, and I can go, all right, let me start from the beginning. And I've made it to like 100 and something episodes.
Yeah, bro, but you got like 800 more to go.
Yeah, but I do no filler. I hate filler. I really do.
Yeah, skip the filler. You still got 800 to go.
Yeah. And so far,
so much.
I mean, it's only been 3 episodes, but nothing's been filler. There has been a little bit of filler tint inside the episode.
Yeah, and sometimes that might actually be from the manga. Who knows?
Yeah, but it really, though, every episode has something to do with the next episode or something.
That's the good thing what I like about anime these days is long-running anime, they have to put filler in so they can keep it going. Because you can't pass the manga because that's the source material. So watching this, we get 24 episodes. They're going to cut it off, and we'll probably wait a year until season 2 comes out. So have time to get more material.
Yeah.
And obviously, they can't reach to the manga because if they do, got to put in a lot of filler.
Ain't that just the worst thing?
It's the worst. That's why it's hard to watch Naruto, One Piece.
It's not fair.
Bleach. No, that's why the good stuff is now.
Yeah.
Plus, having taken break from a show like for a whole year, you
get rusty.
You miss it though, and you get hyped again when it comes back.
Yeah.
If you're watching One Piece every week, I mean, obviously there's still hype, but you lose that if it's let's say it's gone for like 3 months and then it comes back. You're just like, oh, let's go. But it's like 1 week. You're like, all right, ready for my One Piece.
Yeah. Oh wait, it's that time again. Oh.
Yeah. But bring back to Jujutsu. I want to talk about. We kind of went over the scene real quick, but I want to talk about that one scene where Yuji was picking up the bones.
Yeah, I kind of didn't understand that.
That kind of went by my head when I watched it, but I remember reading a tweet where it's more sad for the actual like native Japanese, because what they do for a funeral is they pick up bones with chopsticks, and I think they pass it like to each other. And they all pick up the bones of their dead relative. And
he was by himself there.
But he was by himself.
Whoa!
So that's why it was more sad for like all these people, like Japanese, because they're like, he has nobody, no relatives.
So he had to pick up all the bones himself and put them in the urn.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really harsh.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, that is kind of sad, you know. But apparently that had like a deeper meaning to Japanese.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, to us, obviously, we're not Japanese, so that it went over our heads. But that's a great. I wish we did that more in our culture. I know it sounds bad, but I wish we did that in our culture where we had more respect like that.
That's when I found out why they say don't have chopsticks and pass your food with chopsticks, because it's like bad. That's why, because in Japan you're passing bones, so you don't pass it with chopsticks.
Wow.
Or don't put chopsticks like
in your food.
Yeah, standing up, because that's also they do that for at graves. So, but this is stuff you wouldn't know. I mean, usually,
It's we're in a different culture, definitely.
Yeah, but let's talk about that animation again, bro.
Dude, okay.
So
I said it multiple times while watching it. Even the fight scenes, even the normal scenes, like whenever they had like a moment where he turned real quick, or like, I guess hype scenes. During those hype scenes, it's like Kimetsu. Whenever you had those scenes of Kimetsu, whenever he's pulling his sword out and he's ready, you're hyped because his animation's about to come. But this one, different animation, not like the art that Kimetsu had, but it has its flow. The flow is what I love.
You know what? You're so right, bro. That flow was so smooth.
You could see every movement, and you could see every detail of that movement, instead of it being like, oh, hand, cutscene. Oh, hand over here.
Yeah.
No, it's literally in one whole scene, the hand's moving and flowing.
Yeah, dude. And like, just think of that when he was possessed, Yuji was, and he just goes up. And he just like, he like flows and just like slams on Gojo.
That's something you really don't see in anime.
Because episode 3 was really showing about the girl, Kurosaki.
Showing her off.
Because, to learn more about her. And again, not sipping, but she can beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Her ability, a little weird.
Yeah, bro. She's just like hitting nails with a hammer.
I don't even know how to explain it. Literally, she gets nails, does them up, hits them with her hammer, and then they pierce things, and they inject negative energy, whatever.
She puts all her cursed energy into that.
But what's really cool, though, is, and I don't know exactly how to explain it the right way, but Curse was running away, but they chopped his arm off. Arm's laying on the ground, and she's like, hand me the arm. But the Curse is getting away. What is she going to do with the arm? She lays a straw doll.
Like a voodoo doll.
Yeah, on it, and then puts a nail through it, but puts the energy into it, and basically it kills the host. So,
as long as she has, like, I guess its body part,
yeah,
she can destroy it.
So that was really cool. Like, basically she has a hammer and nail and voodoo powers. So,
because she used her cursed energy too. So basically, I wonder if that's all Jujutsu. Maybe they all use their cursed energy. I don't know. I'm not as in depth into this as some things I watch.
Yeah.
But it's keeping me interested.
I did have a question earlier, and I think I asked you about it, but I still don't know. Most, like Gojo, everybody else has their cursed energy, but the main guy, Yuji, he didn't have that cursed energy. He had a finger, and then boom, cursed energy. So how does everybody else have curse energy?
Yeah, that I do not know.
Don't know yet. I mean, maybe it's not explained yet.
Maybe not. I don't know.
But I do know that you can see the curses if you've witnessed death or like a very traumatic experience. Yeah. So the scene where they're saving the boy could see the demon.
Yeah, and I think that's why Yuji can see them now, because he experienced death.
Yeah, his grandfather's. Yeah. I have to say, that's kind of I know animes usually try to have that heartstring moment where they just kind of pluck the strings, but in the beginning, every episode, it kind of has that where it's kind of just showing like he really does miss his grandfather. His grandfather was alone at death, and
that was all his family.
And I do like where he's getting accepted into the school, and he says, "Oh, I'm fighting him because of my grandfather." And then the principal's like, "That's it? Your grandfather's just another person, really?" So he's like, "You fighting these curses is probably going to curse your grandfather."
Yeah, no, yeah. It's the good thing about. I mean, it's bad. It sounds bad, but the good thing about his grandfather dying, like peacefully, like that, is for him getting in curses and destroying them. Like his death could have been worse. He could have been like butcher, and even worse. So having like it's best for him to go like that because he would have died eventually.
Yeah,
and it probably would have been a lot worse.
That's crazy. You never see a normal death anymore.
Yeah, being a jujutsu sorcerer.
Yeah, I think they even said that it's rare to see people just die of natural causes.
Yeah, and man, I'm so excited, bro. That episode 4 preview was so short, but that was a new curse. I don't know if you remember it. That other curse, it looked like it was one that was very buff.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's going to be tough, and he's going to have to fight that. So that's going to be very interesting.
Very interesting. It's something to look forward to. Definitely. Definitely looking forward to how he's going to use his newfound powers, even though he's eaten another finger. How he's going to.
Well, he can't. Remember, if he's got to fight this one, Gojo specifically said, "Don't bring out Sukuna."
Yeah, because you'll get rid of you'll. Oh, whoa!
So he's gonna have to use his knife.
That's it. That's all he's got is a knife and his strength. Oh, that is why. Holy crap! That is why he can't change because the fingers are used to get rid of the other curses. He is nothing but the finger. So if he brings that out, it literally will like deter the other curses.
I feel like I mean it will, but it's also I feel like obviously it'll like hurt the Megumi and Kugisaki, the girl, but I feel like it's Gojo wants him to train without having to rely on Sukuna.
That's good. I like how it's like this secret training almost.
Yeah, basically, and I'm just like. Man, I'm gonna be so upset when they actually kill Gojo off because I'm like, he's my favorite character, man. like he's like the strong one. I don't know. From what I've read in the manga, I didn't see anything like that happening soon. So I feel like we're gonna have him for a while.
Okay, I was like, he dies.
That's I don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
I'm just what I read is the author wants to do that, but who knows if he will or not. I mean, I expect it to.
No telling. I'm actually pretty excited. I mean, I'm not excited about his death or whatever, but obviously, if he's going to die, then there's going to be a really big reason why. It's going to be huge.
It's got to be big. It's got to be huge, bro. Huge. I think, and two, with, because you remember, like, Kugisaki, they have to experience death to see the curses, right?
Right.
Okay, she kept talking about Coyote-chan. And I'm like, I don't know who the heck this girl is. They keep talking about this girl.
Yeah.
And then she was saying she wanted to see her again, like in Tokyo or something. I'm like, I thought she was dead.
Yeah, that is very odd. I can't grasp that. So do you think that she can see these curses because whoever this person is has died and she watched them die?
That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know why she's saying that like, she'll see her again.
Yeah.
Maybe when she dies. I don't know. Maybe she plans on dying.
So she said something about whenever you visit Tokyo, let's go to that the cake shop or the candy shop, whatever it is, or the what is it called?
Pie.
I can't remember what it was. Some kind of like coffee shop or like cream shop, whatever.
Yeah, it's some shop.
Yeah, something. But yeah, she said she's going to meet her there. Another mystery, something else that we don't know.
Have we seen Megumi's though?
Megumi's? No.
We've seen about her what she can see, but Megumi, the guy, I don't remember how he got.
There's really nothing about him. So really, it's had said nothing yet about him. The only thing it has said about him is I really can't think of anything. It's just kind of said he's quiet. He kind of does his own thing, and I mean, hard-headed. Obviously, he's kind of like a Seto Kaiba of this.
Kinda, yeah. He reminds me of Sasuke a lot.
Sasuke, yeah. I don't know that life,
Yeah,
but
man. I tell him get on that Naruto, bro.
But he's a good character. All of them are really good characters. I'm not disappointed with one character yet.
I'm curious though. Like, I'm ready for the other characters coming in. Like, we've seen them in the endings and opening.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I'm excited for this Panda Bear.
yeah. Where is Panda, man?
The Panda.
Where's Panda?
You see him leaping over buildings and stuff like a meme, and all of a sudden it's just a panda. I don't understand.
You're just staring at other pandas getting it on. You know what I mean?
Dang.
Like this panda, bro. But I know a little bit about the panda from reading the manga from what I can remember.
Yeah.
But I'll just leave that to the
I
imagination.
like how they get both sides. They get somebody who knows and somebody who doesn't know.
Yeah, but I don't know much. So
Sometimes it's a good thing.
So what would you rate it
Right now?
if you had to get a rating so far for 3 episodes?
It's a very early rating, but right now I'd give it an 8.5.
8.5, bro. That's higher than mine. Mine would be an 8.
Really?
Right, yeah, because I think that, like, I love the smooth animation.
Yeah.
And the framing, dude. Like, I know a lot of, even I've heard people were complaining about this because they're just like, oh, look, like they'll just take frames from animation. And I'm like, obviously I can understand if you're doing it with art, but with animation, while they're moving really fast and you try to get something, I'm like,
harsh.
I'm like, I don't feel like that really counts because I mean, it's the animation.
Yeah.
It's posted like flow.
So do you think, okay, with the ratings that we give now, it's only been 3 episodes in, we give it an 8.5.
I don't think mine would change.
You don't think it will?
No.
Well, I think mine will go down.
You think so?
Now, the only reason I say this is because watching Kimetsu, I started watching it, and I'm like, 10. And I kept watching it. Don't get me wrong, it's great. It's a really good anime.
You gave it a 10 at the beginning?
At the very beginning, I gave it a 10.
What?
But then, after I started watching it, I'm like 12, 13, 14. But then, whenever I finished watching it, I was like 8. Because I finished it, and I'm like, it was really good. Still things that I didn't expect happen, and it didn't really go well, but it went great. Now, this one, I'm giving it an 8.5. Great start, but if I can give it at least a 0.5 more, then this will be one of my favorite animes.